Welcome to The Art of Likeability, ranked one of the top podcasts in the world. In this podcast, you'll discover how to leverage likability to build stronger relationships, lead more efficiently, close more sales, and keep customers happy while increasing success in your professional and personal life. Let's jump in with your host, Arel Moodie.
What's going on, Art of Likeability family? Arel Moodie here, your host of the Art of Likeability podcast, where we teach you incredible strategies that will make your life so much better. People will actually ask you, are you friends with Sasquatch? I don't know why they would ask you that question, but they're going to be so amazed by all the things you can do. They're going to think that you are BFFs with mythological creatures. Or, you can just learn strategies to connect more deeply with people, build deeper relationships, and life comes down to the quality of the relationships you have. I mean, think about how it applies in every area of your life. If you have good relationships in your professional world, you get raises, you get promotions, you get client referrals, you grow your business. If you have good relationships in your personal life, you have good friends, you have a good time, you have fun. If you've got good relationships in your romantic world, well, hopefully relationship, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna judge you, but hopefully you monogamous over here, right? But if you got a great romantic relationship, then you're feeling happy about life. And if you have a good relationship with yourself, you're feeling confident. So building good relationships is incredibly important. However, sometimes in building relationships, you got to say a word that's very difficult for a lot of people to say. And that word is no. Now, it's a very difficult kind of situation to say no to people, because a lot of times we feel like we don't want to let people down. We want to make sure that they're having, they can count on us. Saying no to someone's face, you see their heart break and their eyes well up in tears, and you feel like you're in a romantic comedy, but it's nothing funny, or it's The Notebook. I don't know what movies have people crying in it in a sad but serious way. Fill in the blank, okay? Just work with me. I'm not a movie buff. But look, the point is, nonetheless, sometimes we have to say no to people. But for a lot of people, we don't strategically know how to say no in a likable way. I'm going to give you a formula that you can use right now, that when you have to say no to someone's requesting you to do a favor for them, someone's requesting your time, someone's requesting your money, someone's requesting your resources, whatever it is, and you want to politely say no, you're not sure how to do it. Now, there's a lot of bad advice out there. A lot of people say, you just look them in the eyes and you say no. Have you ever done that? Has anyone ever come to you and said, hey, John, I don't know what your name is. Just assume your name is John. I'm talking to you, right? Hey, John, we're having a really big function and we need people on the committee to help organize, plan, and execute this function. And we would love for you to join our committee. You don't want to say yes, so you just look them in the eyes and you go, no! And then you walk away. I don't think you would do that, right? I don't think any rational human being would just say no. It's guaranteed when I post this episode, there's going to be someone that hits me up on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn. At Arel Moodie is my social media, ARELMOODIE. There's going to be someone who hits me up and goes, Arel, I say no to people all the time. I love saying no to people. They ask me for things and I just yell out the word no and I walk away. So why are you telling me that's wrong? Because one, if you do that, you're crazy, okay? I don't know if I fully trust your mental stability. Two, it's rude. If you don't think it's rude, it is. So if you want to have a little bit more tact with it and you want to say no if someone's requesting your time and you just honestly can't do it, I'm going to give you a strategy, which is a very simple formulaic way of saying no. The key word is to start with the word though. THOUGH. So I'm going to give you an example of a conversation. Someone's going to come up to me and they're going to say, Arel, we would love to have you plan the XYZ gala with us. I know you're real busy. You travel 200 days a year and you got 2 kids and stuff, but you're really a proactive guy. So we figured you'd be great to have on our event. And I'm thinking in my head, I can't take on another responsibility, right? So this is what you do. You pause and you think. Quiet for a little bit, okay? So this is what it might sound like. Hey, Arel, could you join us and be a part of our gala? Now, I don't want to do it, so I'm going to go, And then this is how I'm going to start with the word though. Okay? This is the key word. You pause, and then you start the sentence with the word though. So it sounds like this. Arel, could you help us with the gala? I go, Though I'm not going to be able to help this time around, I would love for you guys to let me know next time you're doing it earlier. Or I can say, though I'm not going to be able to help for this particular gala, maybe I can give you some recommendations of some people who might be a good fit. So what you do is you say the word though, you let them know you can't do it, and then you try to position something where you still can be helpful. So that's why that pause is important. So if someone said, Arel, we'd love to have you on our gala, I would say, though I can't be available to help this time around, I think I might be able to help promote it on social media. So if you give me some posts and stuff, I can definitely help that way. So even though I'm saying no, I'm saying I can help in like a really low time, low commitment kind of way. So they may say, oh, Arel, you've got a nice social media following. We'd love for you to promote it. That might be something that's very, like, I don't mind doing like a single post. I'm not going to charge them or anything like that if I believe in an organization. So I'll say something like, though I can't help out this year, if you send me some content about it, I'll be happy to post on social media to help promote it for you to hopefully get people to show up. So I'm still helping out, but I've cleared myself of any duties and responsibilities. Now, the key is not to, when you say no to people, the key is not typically to say no and give a bunch of reasons. A lot of times people say, oh, I would do it, but I got a lot going on right now and my schedule. You sound, no one cares about your excuses. I mean, if I can be frankly honest with you, all those things about, my plate's real full right now and, I got a lot of projects and I'm sorry, I would love to do it, but I can't. Like, the more you ramble and the more you give reasons, they just sound like excuses and you lose your power. The power comes from being able to stand in the fact that you're saying no. So when you start with the word though, it makes it softer to hear. So if someone says, hey, we'd love for you to, head up our fundraiser. And you're like, I'm on like 5 fundraisers right now. I can't take another fundraiser. So you say, though I can't help with the fundraiser right now, I'd love to be able to yada, 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 give you access to something that is very low maintenance, very Now, if you've got nothing you can offer, right, and you can't help out even in a low committal kind of way, what you simply say is, though I can't help out this time, I hope you'll keep me in mind next time. Now, mind you, if you say that, they may ask you next time, or that might buy you a year and then you have time to actually do it. But when you start with the word though, you make it real simple and real easy for people to hear the word no without feeling like they're bad. Now, this is some important pointers about saying no as well. Don't twist your face up when you say it. Like, you can't see my face. It's a podcast, obviously, but you can imagine what that looks like. Like someone kind of going like, I can't, no. Because that's going to make the other person feel really insecure. So if you want to say no in a way that actually makes the person feel likable, you just pause and you ponder it and consider it. And what you're thinking about, it's typically what you can offer that might be low, like maybe a recommendation of someone else to contact. So you just give them a name, promote it on social media, something. Or you just stand in it and say, though I can't do it, maybe you can keep me in mind for next year. Or though I can't do it, and this is the easiest way to have zero committal in the future if you genuinely don't want to do it. You say, though I can't help with the project, I really, really, really appreciate you even considering me. Thank you. I don't feel bad when I hear that. Do you? As you hear me say that, do you feel like your world has been crushed? You're like, Arel, we'd like you to help us on our event. And I say, though I can't help you this year on the event, I really, really appreciate you considering me. Thank you. I'm saying no, but I'm thanking them at the same time. How can you get mad at me if I do that? You can't, right? So you either say, though I can't do it, here's what I can do. Or you say, though I'm not going to be able to do it, consider me next time. Or though I'm not going to be able to do it, I really genuinely appreciate you even considering me. Thank you. Then the person typically will go, oh, okay, well, I appreciate you considering it. Thank you so much. Bye. And that's it. Now, oftentimes, most people will just, once you say that, they're done. There will be a few people that push. And what I mean by push is you say, Though I won't be able to do it this year, I really, really appreciate you thinking about me. Now, someone might go, oh, you can't do it? Why can't you do it? At that point, you just say, right now, it's not the best fit for me, but I really, 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 like, it's an honor that you thought that I would be a good fit. Thank you. 99.9% of the people at that point will just stop, right? And again, you've never been a jerk. You've never said no to make them feel bad. There will be a very, very small percentage of people that will keep pushing. Well, what's the reason? Why can't you do it? Just stand in the fact that it's a no. You say, though I can't do it, I really, really, really appreciate you considering me. Why can't you do it? Right now, it's not a good fit. I like to use that phrase, not a good fit, like two puzzle pieces don't fit. It's not a good fit for me right now, but really, thank you. Well, what about it's not a good fit? Then you just say, with all the projects I'm working on right now, this isn't a project that I have the ability to fit in. You don't want to give reasons, because if you start saying things like, oh, I don't have the time, or you say things like, oh, I'm traveling a lot, then they're going to say things like, oh, well, you can meet with us via Skype. Or they'll say, oh, but you don't have to attend every meeting. You could just attend some. If you start giving excuses and reasons, but it's a firm no in your head, they could find ways to pick apart the reason why you're saying no. And then you might back yourself into a corner and then you can't get out of it. But if you just hold firm in the fact that it's a no and say it's not a good fit right now with all the projects you have going on, it's not something you can fit in. And that's a good follow-up phrase to it is it's not a good fit or something I'm not going to be able to fit in right now. They can say, oh, but you don't have to come to every meeting and all that stuff. You go, I really appreciate that. It's just unfortunately not going to be a good fit this time around, but thank you so much for considering me. At no point, and again, if they keep pushing, then they're probably a jerk person and you don't want to be working with them in a volunteer capacity anyway. But with this, you can always say no, but still maintain the relationship, still make people feel good about themselves, and still have a good kind of, you're not going to be considered a jerk when you do it this way. If you just look at their face and they be like, can you do this? And you're like, no! And you walk away like an ogre, it ain't going to be a good look, okay? So I hope this helps you. I hope for some of you who have problems saying no and you say yes to everything, this will help you have a formulaic way to very likably say no. Let me know what you think about this, And though you may not have subscribed to my podcast yet, I suggest you hit the subscribe button. If you listen to this podcast and it's in your hand, hit the subscribe button. Now, if you also listen to this podcast and you have not left a 5-star review yet, what's it gonna take, baby? We consistently putting out this content, giving you specific things you can say and do, and you still have not decided to leave a 5-star review. What's going on in your life? What is it that I need to do? What is it, huh? Do I need to do a backflip, huh? Do you want me to do an ice bucket challenge for my 2-year-old son who doesn't even understand what the ice bucket challenge is, just for your enjoyment, so you'll finally leave? Is that what I gotta do? Don't let it come to that, people. Don't let it come to that. Just leave the 5-star review because it actually helps out way more than you know, and it is great for our rankings and ratings, and it's one of the incredible ways you can say thank you for the content we put out. So make sure to go to iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, whatever you're listening to. We're in a lot of different places, okay? So wherever you're listening to us, give us some 5-star review love. Let me know what you think about this on social media at Arel Moodie. Hit me up on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Let me know your thoughts. Continue to listen to the show. We got some great, exciting things coming up and on the way. And I'm gonna let you know about a cool live event that I'm doing. Next week's episode, I'm going to release the live event. Now, the live event's going to be real interesting. It's going to be, I'll just tell you about it right now, and I'll tell you more about it next week, okay? The live event's actually going to be for people who are interested in professional speaking. Now, being likable and knowing how to command a stage and knowing how to get paid as a speaker, knowing how to present yourself well publicly is extremely important. So I'm going to be doing a 3-day live training in Tampa, Florida. It's going to be open to the public. I'm going to be hosting it, and it's going to be really cool. So if you want to learn not only how to become an consummate, incredible professional public speaker, and you really want to build your public speaking skills, we're also going to be teaching you how to get paid to speak, which is a pretty cool thing. So it's something that a lot of people hit me up about. A lot of people know that I'm a professional speaker and I travel around. They say, Arel, I want to kind of get into that speaking thing. How do you do it? So if you go to truespeakingsuccess.com/summit, that's truespeakingsuccess.com/summit, MMIT. You can find about a 3-day event. We got early bird pricing right now. So before June 1st, if you listen to this podcast before June 1st, jump on, get the early bird pricing. We'll be doing it at a Hilton hotel. We got really, really cool cheap rates at the Hilton. We got food for you. It's going to be amazing. You can meet me in person. Wouldn't that be cool? We can hang out in person. You should do that. And I'm going to do more information about some cool stuff next week and go into more details. I just let the cat out the bag early. Whatever. Go register because y'all my people's out here in the art of likability land, okay? So I'm out of here, y'all. Go to truespeakingsuccess.com/summit. If you're writing it down, it's www.truespeakingsuccess.com/summit, SUMMIT, okay? I'm out of here. Sending you a big old high five. Oh, by the way, if you listen to this podcast and someone asks you a question and you don't say no using the podcast information, you just wasted your time because the success is not in the information. The success is in the implementation of this information, okay? Wishing you an incredible life where you enjoy other people enjoy being around you, and you enjoy being around yourself. You are awesome. Psh.
Thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast, The Art of Likability, and reach out with any questions you have. Until next time, remember, my friend, you are awesome.